ready.
Okay.
응답하라 여친. Go into the shit.
Back to the king to the Jew. Woo, Jane. Okay, first of all, I gotta say, I love your whole outfit. I love.
you.
Okay, you guys can't see it unless you watch it. Put your foot up for
I've
the
worn
YouTube.
these before.
Yeah. It's the cutest. I love it.
It just felt right for today.
It's perfect summer shoe. I don't understand how you can keep your shoes pristine. It looks brand new every time. How do you do it? Do you walk like on air? You must. Look at my beat
just
up
walk
Crocs.
on sidewalks. I know, but you're like.
This is what I'm talking about. You're so graceful.
No.
Even in your steps. You've had that shoe for more than a year.
Yeah.
And it's still pristine. It's insane.
I think it speaks to I don't wear them often enough. You know, I try to like cycle.
I don't believe it.
Yeah.
You coordinate your outfits so well.
No.
And I told you already that I looked into my bag. And that's why I'm like, I should not buy designer bags ever. Because lotion had exploded and granola was everywhere. And I looked, and literally what I did was I looked into the bag and saw the hot mess. And I was like, Jane would not live like this.
You know, okay, so can I tell you something? I always wondered, like, how does that happen? Like when like lip gloss explodes or like lotion explodes. But it did happen to me. Thank goodness, like I wasn't using an expensive bag. But I had eaten, I think I half ate a chocolate bar.
Yeah.
And then I put it in my bag, and it was a hot day. And so the chocolate melted into the bag. But thankfully, it was just like a canvas tote.
Yeah.
But I was like, ooh, that would have been the moment. Yeah.
So many of my designer bags. I have a Louis Vuitton that I got as a push gift. It's like a big old one, and there's a red Sharpie all over it inside because I'll tell you how it happens. I don't close shit properly. And it popped off, and it just scribbled itself in there.
You use markers like Ruby.
Yeah, I am Ruby.
Yeah. The markers all dry out.
I'm Ruby in adult form. I cannot for the life of me ever close shit. I can't, I can't close the toothpaste. It never has a top. The fish sauce is always like half open. I'm like, I'm incapable of closing. I felt guilty the other day. Adonis found socks on the floor by the corner, and he's like, how does a sock end up here? But thank God it was the boys. Okay. Like, where did you guys learn to just throw socks anywhere? And I was like, not me. But it is me. I just, when I want something off, I'm like, when I use something, and if it's served its purpose, I forget about everything else. I'm like, eh.
Oh, yeah.
And it's bad. It's a terrible habit. Anyways, you are always head to toe pristine.
No.
And I just feel like a failure next to you. But that's okay. I still love
that is okay.
You know why? But also it makes it just, we work that way.
Yeah.
We balance.
Yeah.
Life makes sense that way.
Yeah. I mean, this is, for the most part, who I always was, I think. Like my first grade teacher would say, always, what do you mean? Not always.
Not always. Always pristine, but there are things that rattle you, Jane.
Of course. You've
Tell
been begging.
More.
You have been begging for this story.
I have been begging. Even Blake's been begging.
Okay. So, I came in this morning a little bit rattled because there was a happening. There was a happening in my neighborhood.
Yes.
About a year ago.
I love it.
And I would consider myself a pretty secure.
Very secure.
Now 40-year-old woman.
Very together, very secure. You're top notch. Your goals for
me. But I haven't always been, I think I always had kind of like a baseline security. But there was an era where I was very insecure.
What era was this?
When I was in my early 20s.
Woo! Yeah. Eras talk.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, it's when you're like coming into adulthood, right? And you're thinking like, oh, I have it all figured out.
I can't imagine. This is like such a Netflix special right here. Jane, before she was together and running a pristine household, Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, wow. So I would say my most insecure era was like college. I had a great high school experience, and I have, my best friends from high school are my best friends today.
Yeah.
I have very long relationships.
Okay.
So that kind of tells you about who I am. Like, I don't, burn bridges, or like, I just have like people in my life who have been with me all
Yeah.
along, kind of thing.
Meanwhile, I've burned a lot of bridges. I've blown shit out of the water.
But that's my personality style too. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know if you're familiar with the Enneagram. I think we've talked about this, but my Enneagram is type 6, personality type.
I need
6,
to do
and
that. I
the
don't know what
nickname for that is the loyalist.
Oh,
like, you're very, like, you don't, something huge has to happen
right.
for you to walk away.
Wow.
Yeah. And I have walked away from a few, right? But so years ago, like almost 20 years ago now, I had a very bad breakup. And it was somebody that I thought I was like in love with.
You're like, because in
Yeah.
your early 20s, that's a very impressionable love.
Very impressionable,
Because
right?
anything before that is probably like, you're a kid.
Yep.
It's probably not. You had a high school boyfriend?
I had a high school boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like,
last year of high school.
Yeah. You don't think it's gonna, like, it's still your very much part of your teens
For
kid
sure.
thing.
And that it was like very, like, that relationship was very puppy love, right?
Yes,
it was
puppy love. That's it.
In my mind, it never went beyond
Right.
high school.
Right.
And like, there was some like tears shed and stuff, but I was like ready to like move on.
Yeah.
And
You
like,
had a
live
distinct line, like, this isn't
there was a
adulthood
distinct
yet.
line.
Yeah.
And for me, it was like very clear, like, okay, when I'm like over, it's like time to start a new chapter type of thing. But so this was the relationship that I'm talking about, the bad breakup. It like happened, I want to say, my senior year of college.
Okay.
But it was more of an infatuation where I really, really, really wanted to make it work. But it didn't work because I felt insecure during that entire time.
Wow.
And I felt ugly, like not good enough, not smart enough, not ambitious enough. And he was like several years older, but and
did he in particular make you feel this way? Or did you feel
Yeah, because I think he never respected me.
Oof.
Like, he always thought of me as like somebody who was younger or needed to be taught or educated.
Oh, he's the oppa and like
yes. And so that messed with me in some kind of way because
that's so interesting.
I wanted so badly for this to be it.
Why?
Because I was like infatuated.
Oh, that's
with
right.
him.
You were deep, head over heels.
Yeah,
in
so
love.
even if like I overlooked the kind of like
Flaws.
body shaming and like
of
comments of me.
Body shaming of you?
Of me, yes.
Well, how would he body shame you?
It was like I would talk about like going to the gym and exercise. And I've always been pretty good about like exercising regularly.
You have a routine.
They had a routine, and I had a routine in college, and I remember it coming up like naturally in conversation, and I said, oh, well, I'm not trying to like, get skinny. I just want to get toned and healthy. And he goes, Jane, you're not skinny. Like, you'll never be skinny. So
that's actually what my parents said to me.
Well, it's different coming from
right.
parents, right?
Different from
my
like
mom can say whatever to me.
Yeah, totally. But I would not have that sent shivers down my soul right now.
It messed with me
to hear that from the man that you're in a relationship
it messed with me very, very deeply, and I felt both like offense, like how dare you? But I felt like you're right, like, and I need to try harder.
That's the worst.
I need to try harder, and constantly I felt questioning, like, why is he with me? Like, I don't believe it because
was he that good looking?
In my mind,
At
he
the
was,
time,
right? And
Was he fit? Was he that fit? Was he
Yeah,
packing some
I mean, he was
abs?
like pretty. Like
Did he have abs?
no.
Okay, then shut the fuck
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
If you don't got abs, shut the fuck up. You
But
ain't
it was like
skinny
a
either,
very.
bitch.
It was a very impressionable time in my life. Right.
Of course. You're vulnerable. And
Vulnerable.
also there's that aspect
Yeah.
of like an older man.
Yes. And I had like close friends who were in like long-term relationships. So I very much wanted to have something like that
Yeah.
myself too.
Yeah.
And then in my mind, in my naive, like 21-year-old mind, I'm thinking like, of course, this is it because like it's like that right age. Like if not, then why am I wasting my time
Right.
type of thing. So I kind of like dealt it should have ended much sooner, but
But you thought it was the one.
yeah, and like with my personality, I can be very like stubborn too, and like I try to stick it out, right?
Yeah.
And I try to like be better and like whatever. We broke up and I felt purposeless. It's like so silly for me to say now, but that's what I felt. And I was in my last year of college. And I didn't know, with like graduation looming, I didn't know what I was going to do. So I was like, in my mind, I was like, I need to leave LA. Like, I just need to leave LA. So what was surprising, and this will always surprise me, is my parents let me go. And I always thought they had such a short leash on me.
Yeah.
And I knew, like, as long as they let me go, I will go and I will figure it out. And I need, like, a breath of fresh air. Like, I need a break because I cannot, like, LA at the time was, like, too synonymous with that, like, relationship that failed.
Wow.
I was like, I need an escape. And I think this is indicative of how I handle large challenges is my flight or fight response is flight. Like I go away.
Yeah.
So I did, right? And I thought to myself, like, this is like a time where I'm going to work on myself and get better. But I was still not over that relationship. So I was trying to, like, in my mind, I was like, I'm going to return better, like have a glow up, and then I'm going to make this work again.
Oh, you still thought
I still thought that. So that's how like messed up I was in my head.
Wow.
Well, I had a friend living in New York at the time.
Right.
And I had kind of confided, not to like a degree that I confided in my like best friends, right? But just kind of confided, and we were all kind of like mutual friends, right?
Yes,
so she
everybody
knew,
knows
like,
everybody.
You know, this guy that I just ended. We broke up and stuff, and she kind of knew like I still wasn't over it. Well, like fast forward a few months, and she tells me that they are now dating, and it, I had like that. I always think of Will Ferrell in Elf when he finds out that his dad is on the naughty list, but it's like your whole world is spinning around you. You're like, no.
Wow.
So my vision was in slow motion. I don't know how I took the subway home, but I made it to my apartment.
Wow.
And then I just stayed in bed all day. And
crazy.
From then
and
on,
that person knew it was
the guy.
specifically that guy that you were not over.
Yes.
Oh my God.
But I don't know, like now that, of course everything is through my lens, my perspective, right?
Yeah.
But when we had that conversation and she told me, I said, oh, okay, thank you for telling me. That's how I was.
Ooh.
That's how I was externally. But inside, there was a tempest inside me.
Yeah.
Like, nothing was making sense. I felt blindsided. I felt, but on the bottom, like on the surface, I was like a duck.
Yeah.
So that's also very indicative of like how I am.
Yeah, because I would have been like, "Are you for real, bitch?"
No, I didn't. No, I didn't make a scene. I didn't.
I would have made a scene.
My closest friends know how I really feel about it, right?
I would have fucking.
That was like
the
my
table.
sign to then walk away. Just walk away, and I left that friendship. I went cold turkey, Ellen.
Did she
cold
try to
turkey.
reach out?
No.
Oh, she knows.
Yeah, because she probably knew, like,
Horrible.
So life
don't
life goes
understand
on,
that.
right?
Ugh. Shudders.
I had life goes on. They got married. Like I came back to
Blake
LA.
laughed. Our
Like,
producer
yeah.
laughed out loud.
I know. I went to, grad school. Like, like life happened,
Right.
right?
Years now.
Thankfully, time, right? I got into a relationship that was like very healing, where I never was made to feel ugly or like not good enough, not smart enough. Like it was just so
You were
weird to me
chased.
because I was so no. It's not that I was chased. It was very mutual because Ben and I were friends for a long time.
Right. But
So
Ben,
when it felt right,
Ben
it felt right.
adored the crap out of you.
He did, and that was so different for me because I was used to like fighting it and like trying to make it happen and like trying to make myself better.
Really?
Yeah, but then
that's crazy.
When I realized,
I mean, you are someone I would think is like a guy magnet in the Korean sphere of, especially men who are looking for like serious relationships. Like, you know the saying like, oh, that's the one you party with, but that's the one you take home. You're that chick.
so I had that stuck in my mind too, because I think that's how I was always viewed. Like, you're like somebody to like settle down with, and I'm not ready for that yet, and so that was like very
side.
On the flip side.
For you.
Anyways.
I see.
Yeah. And I would say like we lived a happy life. I don't know why I'm talking in past tense.
You are living a happy life.
Let me, and now we've been in Seattle for like 6 years now, and loving my life, very thankful for everything.
Yeah.
But record scratch last year. Who should I run into but that friend?
Blast from the past.
Ellen.
It is
and then
horrifying.
It was, I kid you not, like I came home and I was shaking because I could not make sense of this. I'm not in LA. Like we were all in LA. I'm not there.
It stops you dead in your tracks. I know the experience. Yeah.
On the street that I walk every day with my kids, like it was just too specific
and too invaded.
And I have always very smugly been so thankful that I never run into any of my exes.
Yeah.
Because it happens to my friends all the time.
Oh my
And they're
God.
seeing like their exes and their partners like at kids' birthday parties. And I'm like, oh no, that is disgusting. I don't think I could ever deal with that.
Right.
I'm so thankful that I've always lived out of state.
Yeah.
No, but then it was happening to me.
Ooh.
Shivers, Ellen, because I could not reconcile like my present self with my past self. And my past self, that's nowhere. Like I never want to go to that space again. Like it was a space where I felt
that's like a
horrible
you
about
don't
myself.
Even
Yeah, I don't even recognize.
Yeah,
right.
I can't. It's so hard for me to even.
And now we both have kids.
Right.
Like they're the same age.
Wow.
Like it was just like too much, right? Thankfully, like I think the kids go to a different school because I also freaked out about that because I'm very involved at our kids' school and I'm like, I don't think I can deal with this.
Yeah.
But there haven't been more sightings. You would think there would be more because
I know I was
my friends, my neighbors, I see them all the time, like several times a week, right? So thankfully, the universe, whatever the universe was trying to teach me, it was kind in like giving me doses, right?
Okay.
But I saw that friend again the other day. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't know if I can continue doing this. So I was texting my friends about it. My close friends who've been with me.
And where was this?
This was like at our like local, there's like a beach area.
Okay.
So it's kind of like everybody goes there every summer, right?
Okay.
And I kind of like, I knew it was bound to happen. 'Cause
Right.
if they're still
You've
here,
been
and, like,
anticipating it.
yeah,
Yeah.
I've been anticipating it, but it's still like knocked me off my feet. And
Yeah.
immediately I wanted to leave. And I was like,
God, do
Jane,
you realize
Jane.
how bad it must have been?
I think it was, yeah, but
The-
I think it was very one-sided because
I-
again,
right.
like I did not disclose. I think like how much, like how earth-shattering it was to me
Yeah.
because I was so embarrassed and
Yeah.
like
Of course.
just like felt like a fool, like
yeah. Betrayed.
betrayed, yeah. And so I was telling my friends about this on text, and my friend was like, Jane, you need to get over this. Like, this is not healthy. Like, you cannot sustain this level of stress. And I
But-
said, you're
okay,
right. You're
okay.
right. And
So what do you do then?
I think I have to. So have you heard of Mel Robbins'
Yeah.
let
yeah.
them theory?
Yeah.
I need to lean into that. I need to like let go of what I cannot control. I can't control other people,
Right.
like where they are, and I can only control how I react and
Uh-huh.
the boundaries that I set.
Uh-huh.
And so I think I need to accept that they are now a part of the fabric of
They are here.
the neighborhood. Like
Yeah.
any amount of wishing that they are gone is not going to help the situation.
So then what's the next step? What do you like just, hit this in the head on and say, "Hey, how's it going?"
Yeah, I am not a head-on person at all. I let things happen to me.
I'm a head on.
Truly, I know you are.
And I would have just been like, "What's
Yeah.
up, bitch?"
Yeah.
But then again, I also would have been like, "Oh, you the bitch that stabbed me in the back." But I of course I wouldn't.
No.
I mean,
Yeah.
I told you about the guy that I ran into from high school, like that I had a crush on. Did I tell you about that?
No.
I mean, I had many crushes, so it wasn't like the one. He
Yeah.
wasn't like a top crush.
Sure.
But I didn't tell you
Kind of
about
like
this.
someone. No, I don't
Oh, shit.
remember.
I went to L.A.
Uh-huh.
Also L.A.
Yeah.
And I was visiting my brother-in-law to see the niece, and I was staying at their house, and it's a condo like community. So he's like, "Hey, my friend also lives here. Let's go down to the barbecue.
Yeah.
He's throwing a barbecue." I was like, "Okay." Just, nonchalantly follow my brother-in-law to meet his friends throwing a barbecue. Open the door. Literally, it was like in the movies, like blast from the past.
Yeah.
I see this guy that I had a crush on over 20 years ago.
Mhm.
I mean, like,
Did he know?
huh?
Did he know?
No.
Okay.
And he wasn't like top. So
wasn't the
He
it wasn't the
T.O.P..
yeah, the very
Big
first
bang
crush,
in the
yeah.
house. No,
Yeah.
no. He
Just kind of somewhere in the middle.
He was just one of the cute
Okay.
guys in high school,
Yeah.
right? And it's funny because there's a cute athlete, there's
Uh-huh.
a cute nerd, he was a cute druggie.
Okay.
He was
Yeah.
always skipping school.
Yeah.
He just in his baggy jeans,
Mhm.
like just looking chill as fuck,
Yeah.
always ready to bounce,
Mhm.
right? He was a bad boy.
Yeah.
So the gate opens, I like head on, like face. I'm like, whoa! Like I feel like I've been slapped.
Yeah.
And then he's like,
It
"Hey."
feels like that.
Yeah, it's such a
Because I said it catapults you. It
Yeah.
catapulted me to when I was 22.
yeah, it's like a time travel
Yeah.
in the truest. And
Truly.
girl, like he looked exactly the same.
Of course. But do you think that's like your warped view?
No, he
'Cause
looked
I
exactly
truly
the
felt
same.
like I was the only one who aged. I really felt like that, Ellen.
No, he looks exactly the same. If I could pick him out of a line, I'm like,
yeah.
and so literally the first thing I say to him, I was like, I went to high school with, like, I told you
Yeah.
I'm blunt. So I'm like, hey, I went to high school with you. And he was like, what? And I said, Newport. He goes, whoa, Newport.
Yeah.
And then he's like, class of 2000.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. What? We were the same class. I actually thought
Yeah.
he was a year older.
Okay.
But he was like, I'm class of 2000.
Mhm.
I was like, oh, shit, we're in the same class.
Did you like just have a crush on him from afar, or did you like
No,
know
from
him?
afar.
Okay.
So we didn't. So this is how humbling this experience was, Jane. Okay. That once I opened that door, he is talking to me nonstop. He's like, "Whoa, do you know this? Do you
Yeah.
know that?" Da, da, da. I'm like, "Yeah," and then we're cracking jokes.
Yeah.
he loved that I was a comedian. I was like,
Yeah.
you know, and we're just talking it up, right?
Yeah.
At some point, I say, hey, do you even remember me from high school? He goes, no.
Well,
absolutely. He had not even, I could tell in his face, not even the single, that's how unmemorable I was, Jane.
No, that's not it. He was on drugs. So, like, yeah, it has nothing to do with the social capital.
No. I'm pretty sure. Well, another funny thing was, I was like, oh, so what do you do now? What are you up to? And he was like, I'm in the cannabis business.
No, I knew that's what you were going to say.
And then I said, oh, that checks.
Life is so unfair. It is
Life
so
is
unfair.
Funny. Playing with me.
So many people back home, back in LA, are like killing it because they're in the cannabis business now. And they were like they
were the school losers,
yes.
and now like
not the losers,
not
but
losers, but they
were
the
ones who got away with stuff.
Yeah. And they say we were taught you gotta lead the straight narrow path to make it in this life. Wrong.
No, that's wrong. Wrong.
You know, actually, what's funny? Well, actually, no. I want to go back to. No. Me and my goldfish brain. I've been wanting you to talk about this for so long.
Oh my goodness.
And now I finally. So did you see? You know, I forgot about it, and then Blake was like, "But how about that thing we were going to talk about?"
Yeah.
Blake was invested, our producer. Okay, so did you talk to her at this event?
No.
Okay.
No. I mean, I did when I ran into her the very
said,
first
"Hi."
time because I needed to know. Oh, that was probably the most head on.
Okay.
I did.
But at this,
I was like, "What are you like?" It was implied, like, "What are you doing here?" And then she told me that they moved.
Yeah. And then at this beach area, how did you handle it?
Oh,
you just
very poorly. I pretended not to be aware. I tried to be unbothered. I read my Kindle. I could not tell you what I read for the last hour.
You just sat there frozen.
Yeah.
And were you there by yourself?
I was there with my kids.
And then she was there with her kids?
Her kids.
Just the mom and the kids?
Yes. And then our sons
started playing together?
No.
Thank God.
But Ruby noticed there's not very many Asians.
Kids. Oh, okay.
She noticed right away this kid who is Bennett's age, I think. She said, "Mama, I see someone who looked like Oppa."
Ruby, no.
I was just like on my Kindle, like, oh, really?
That Ruby is.
Yeah, because they know all the neighborhood kids, and
Should I go
here's
say
like
hi?
a family that she doesn't know, right?
Ruby knows how to kill your game.
When we first moved, like I remember, our neighbors, our friends who brought us there said, "This is great because like every summer you see people." And sometimes, like, you see families that you haven't seen all year, but you see them every summer here, and this is where the kids grow up. This is now, like, my nightmare playing out. But I wanted to wake up from, like, a bad dream.
Okay, so your friend said you got to get over it.
I
got to
get over it, yeah.
What are you going to do now? What's your plan of action?
I don't know. My plan of action, of course, is, like, to never go down there again.
No,
right?
No.
I know.
Not.
I refused to do that last year.
This is your home.
Yeah.
You were here first.
Yeah.
Let's get territorial,
very
bitch.
Territorial.
Mark your area, Jane. With
with that's how dogs mark their area.
I know, but do it with your little fur baby.
Yeah.
Are dogs allowed?
No.
Oh, okay,
no,
never
they're
mind.
not. They're not.
Sorry, Chopper.
Yeah. But also funny story. The day that I ran into her, I was wearing the very first time.
Oh yeah.
I was wearing those you've all seen it on TikTok and Instagram and the cakes nipple covers. But it was a very hot day and I was wearing a very loose dress and user error. I didn't know that those work with your body heat because there's no adhesive. So it only works with like snugly fitting tops.
Yeah, camis. And
but for some reason, I was going to go out.
Of all the days. And you
right?
just were starting to try these out, right?
Yeah. it slipped out. Like the left one slipped off of my nipple and
if you guys
splat
know
on
those,
the
it's like a
ground.
chicken fillet.
Yeah. And Bennett like very discreetly tapped me on the shoulder and he was like, "Mommy," and then he pointed down to it.
Right.
And I just picked it up and I was like, "Oh, thank you." But this embodies like how I felt, like totally undone, unraveled,
yeah,
back to like my insecure self.
yeah.
And yeah.
I remember when we talked
I
about
love
that.
cakes now. I
Yeah.
love those nipple covers now.
Oh,
Now that I know how to use them.
Because I was just going to say,
Yeah.
I remember when we had this conversation back then. I wasn't going to bring this up, but it was so funny. I'm so proud of you for sharing, by the way. This is hilarious, and this
maybe
humanizes
it is healing.
you.
Maybe this is part of the
This
process.
Is so part of the process
of accepting it, because I think I tried to just like ignore it and tuck it into the attic of my brain.
Fell in love with you even more when you told me this story, because without meaning to, I myself put you on a pedestal. And when you
this
told
brought
me
me down. It brought me down.
No, this made you like relatable to me, who's always such a fucking basket case. I was like, oh my God, that is something that would happen to me, like undoubtedly.
Like, I can be like the most externally like put together person, but when I'm in that situation, I wanted to like run away.
Yeah.
Like run away.
And I remember you being so mad, like, those cakes don't work, Ellen.
I said I could take them down if I did a video.
She was like, if I wanted to, if I was a vengeful person, I could tell the story and how they ruined my life today. And I was like dying. I was like, oh my God, I've never seen this side of Jane, and it's hilarious.
I just was like over and over. Well, there Chopper goes. Anytime Ellen starts yelling, he's gonna start
excited,
wailing.
So Chopper's like,
"I'm sorry, Chopper." Oh, there he goes howling.
He will do that anytime I yell at my kids. Anytime I get loud, he's like, "This is unacceptable."
It's a good, yeah. I feel like he's a good companion.
But I think, okay. So let's play this out.
Sure.
Next time you're at the beach, you see her. Are you gonna just go on about? Obviously, you're not gonna leave.
I'm just gonna go on about my day. Like,
Okay,
it's
you're
just
not
another
gonna,
person.
Okay.
Like, I don't talk to everybody who's there, right?
Yeah,
like, I don't know everybody, but like, this is me trying to psych myself and like.
And there is no place in the world where you just talk to her, right?
No. What do you mean, like no place?
Like.
No. Yeah. I mean,
what's the?
I don't know. I don't know.
Like, you don't want to be like, hey, how's it going? You don't need to be
My friends
neighborly.
would tell me, okay, like, so what are you going to do? Like, have you rehearsed conversation? I'm like, no, my mind doesn't even go there. I just block.
Because
I ignore the problem.
Because no. But here's the thing. I think it's a unique situation in that this isn't someone you want to foster a friendship with. You're done. This chapter is closed. This is now a stranger to you. So normally I would like say hello or whatever. But if there is nothing to come of it, other than, do you think it would relieve you of some of that trauma to say, because the reality is you were friends.
Mm-hmm.
Would it help you to get it off your chest? Hey, like, hey, welcome to the neighborhood. Can I just say, I don't know how it would come up. Would it help you in any way to say, I really looked to you as a friend, and when that happened, it really broke me?
I think that is a very mature and probably the right thing to do. If I do that, I don't think I want to be in my body.
Yeah.
Like, it still makes me so uncomfortable.
No, you know what? No, it wouldn't. Because, and I'm playing this out for you because I want you to know that you're not running away from your problem and you're not being a coward in any way. Because what I realized playing it out is that you don't want anything else from this person.
Right.
And you recognize that this was something from your perspective very earth-shattering.
Yeah.
And you nurture that side of you, but you don't need her to heal that.
Right.
And you have no interest in a friendship. And the kind of people that they were, both of them, it's not the kind of people you want to keep in touch with or anything.
Right.
So you're not running away. So in a really actually real feasible plan of action is to just ignore her.
Yeah. Yeah. And I honestly, that's all I can imagine doing, because
it's the most practical and
right.
most I think actually the right thing to do.
And possibly, like, if we were living in California, in LA, right? It's a situation that I could foresee maybe happening, right? I mean, the Korean American community is very small.
Yeah, but
like, just like my friends who run into like exes at kids' birthday parties, right? But I think like my great fear when I realized they were here was that our lives would blend, and like friend groups would blend, like we would know the same people, like it was just like bleeding into my current life.
Is that happening somewhat at all?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, not that I know of. Like maybe just like on a neighbor level, which is not that, it's not that earth shattering.
I actually thought they were gonna move, but I guess not.
I don't know.
I guess
they're still here, and it taught me that I thought I was so over it and evolved, because it was long forgotten.
Isn't it crazy?
Long forgotten. And then I realized, oh, there are people that I would absolutely like rather die than see again.
Isn't that interesting?
And it happened.
It's not that you're obsessing over it or even thinking about it. You hadn't thought about them in God knows how long, but your body. My body.
And that was so telling to me. And my good friend, who's also my neighbor, and she knows me well because we went to high school together. She said something very interesting. It's like, why do you think that happened, Jane? What do you think the universe is trying to like teach you?
Oh,
and
yeah.
She's like,
I asked
did you
questions
deal
like that
with
all the
it
time.
when it happened? Did you deal with it? And I thought I had, by just leaving it and walking away. And she like kind of suggested that I never did confront that. And, true moving on can't happen until I do that. But I don't think I can do that. Like,
well, you know what?
Yeah.
I think you talking about it openly like this, I think is that I'm actually surprised. I was joking kind of. Like, I didn't know how open you were going to be, but I am very proud of you.
And like, we live in an area where there's lots of like homegrown people, right? They went to high school.
Sure.
They were,
Oh, yeah.
And so my friend is like, Jane, that's not a big deal. She's
no,
like, so and so lives.
Who said that?
One of my other friends, but she's like, we all live here with like people like past relationships, and I'm like, I don't think I ever could. If that was me in like California, I would feel claustrophobic.
Yeah, no way.
And I would want to leave immediately. So there's something about, I don't know. But yeah, it's something that I've had to.
I'm with you, and I've lived here.
Yeah.
I don't feel that way.
Okay, good.
Like,
good.
I've lived here, and running into people from my high school years is always like jarring to me.
It happens to my friend too, but she doesn't mind. It's like I'm like more anxious for her.
But what's interesting to me is that you actually had a good high school experience.
Yeah.
So that's a little fascinating, because I didn't have a good one, so therefore I don't really want to run into high school people. But you had a good one.
Yeah, but I just like, I'm very much like, this sounds funny for me to say I'm not fixated on the past, but like I'm always like in like what's here and now.
Also,
so if
maybe
I've left, I'm
evolved.
like, I don't want to. Yeah,
You've grown
it's so
much.
different from who I am now that it's very jarring to be back in that headspace of
I think that's it.
yeah.
As even though you had a great experience in high school, how you view that time and how probably everybody was just so in that little community and in that little like mindset. Because that's the thing about high school, right? People who think they peaked in high school, they want to hold on to those times, and they were sort of like somebody there but not anywhere else out in the big world. And I think you have a recognition that, oh, I was like a kid there, but now I'm a grown adult, and I've so much like become the person I am, who is truly myself at the moment, and there's no really need to go backwards. And so I think for someone like you, like if you keep evolving, it's like cringe to see. It's totally, it's like when you see your first audition tapes, you're like, ah, like that always makes my skin crawl.
Early TikToks for me.
Oh my god! Although I did scroll past a photo, our very first photo.
Yeah,
we were so young.
Really?
It looked like
3 years
babies.
ago.
I
We were
know.
like
I was
young.
like,
oh my
god.
Yeah.
We look. I don't know.
That's
There's
crazy.
like some youthfulness to. I think it's our kids. They're looking a little
and
more.
they were young. Ruby was so little.
Yeah, she was
when
like a
you
little
first
baby.
met her. I know.
So there's things about that. But Jane, I am very, very proud of you. This is huge. You guys, you don't understand. I've been begging
thank you,
Jane,
therapist. Yeah, I was like, I can't.
I've been begging Jane
to
tell the story because I think it just is such a human experience of getting thrown into something that you. I mean, I was shocked that you even had such experience.
Right, and it's coming from somebody who like always needs to be in control.
Yeah.
Right, and then I always have to control and kind of like curate my responses and how I show up.
Yeah. You're definitely like, I mean, that's why I love this story, because I'm like, it reminds me that as perfect as I see Jane, she is very much human and not a AI. Because we do have. Jane, it's scary.
It is so scary. I see even like AI podcasts. Do you see those clips, like AI podcasts?
I see you know what freaks me out? Those babies.
Oh, the babies.
Oh, I hate it. I hate it. At first I thought it was cute, but now I'm like
uncanny
creeped
valley.
out. Yeah, I'm creeped out by. And then did you see the AI robot that was in some factory manufacturing, and then it raged.
Oh my god!
I was like, oh my god, this is like that iRobot movie that Will Smith was in. It started raging on the factory workers.
That's terrifying.
And Adonis is like, I work in AI, and it's way more real than it's way more scarier.
Yeah,
we're not prepared enough, and that's really
that is very scary.
So in such an era, it is so refreshing to know that our Jane is 100% human, and I am so proud of you. How do you say I'm proud of you in Korean?
잘했어.
And that